What is up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into the real of reality TV. I wanted to share my thoughts on something that I heard several days ago. And this was some news, possible news coming from the YouTuber Queen Sheba, and just reporting on a little trip that she made to the Blaque Cigar Lounge in Huntsville, Alabama. Now, basically, I guess she was in town, and what my assumptions are, because I don't believe that she had any ill intent or trying to be messy or anything along those lines on going there, my personal opinion. I just believe that she was in town for whatever her reasons were and decided, look, I'm in town. Let me go to the place, check it out, and then I'll share my thoughts and give a review on my visit and my experience, the food, the drinks, and whatever she may have decided to order and be served. But for whatever reasons, she went there multiple times and the place was closed. So it's been reported that the business may be closed. Some people are not sure if it's permanently closed, if it's a temporary closure due to maybe some licensure issues or staffing issues or money issues. We don't know. Here's what I wanted to talk about when it comes to this, because apparently they just recently, meaning the owners of the Blaque Cigar Lounge, Marceau and latishascott, had a business expo that they call the Blaque Business Expo in Atlanta. Pretty much similar to what they did on this last season, where they had one in Huntsville that didn't... I don't want to say it wasn't a success, because I don't know. I don't know what type of money they were able to get, sponsorships, how they were really able to help other people that decided to get a booth and present their businesses at their expo. I don't know. So I'm not going to say that it wasn't successful, but I will say that it was something that Letitia didn't really care to have any feedback about when it was being offered on that episode that we saw on last season when Melody was discussing it, as well as other people that were there that were discussing it. They didn't want anybody asking them about any money. It's nobody's business how much money we're bringing in, if we brought any money in. Like, it was just, to me, it seemed like it was a money grift, but trying to make it seem like it was something that they were doing for the community. And then they just recently had another Blaque Business Expo that they held in Atlanta, and they're saying that it was a success. I don't follow them. Anything I hear about, I may hear from other content creators that I'm subscribed to their YouTube channels, and they just happen to share information. Other than that, I don't know what's going on, because I don't follow them, because I honestly don't really care that much to find out what's going on with them. But here's why I wanted to talk about it. I'm not here to say that I am happy if there's any hardships that are going on with their business. But I will say that in the real world, a lot of businesses are dealing with hardships when it comes to brick and mortar businesses. And restaurants and bars are no exception, because it may not be that you don't have the customers that want to patronize the business. It may be staffing issues and concerns that they're having. There are a lot of businesses that have had to cut back their hours, cut down the days of the week that they're open, and others are slamming and they're booming. You know, it just depends. You just don't really know what's going on. But what I will say is, getting back to a number of these people that are on this show, we don't really know a whole lot about what goes on in reality, like the real reality, not the script that they want to try to create for the lives that they care to present when they are on the show and being filmed. So it is possible that they have been having issues for some time now with the brick and mortar, but they didn't want to share it or expose it. But in my personal opinion, just sharing my thoughts, my opinions, I feel that they probably have been. One, not just because of who they are, but simply because that's just the climate of business right now. A lot of businesses are dealing with that, are dealing with customers, maybe shortage, or possibly you have the customers, but you don't really have the staffing to really support, to keep the business moving and flowing the way that you really need it to be. So you have to close down early, shut down some days, open later. Like it's happening. It is. But they don't really show a whole lot about what's going on in their real day-to-day lives. The stuff that we who have been watching the show, that have been exposed to, it's just a lot of BS. Tisha saying she's having tummy issues, and she knew the last time she felt that way she was pregnant, so she decided to take a pregnancy test knowing that her husband had a vasectomy. I'm not saying that vasectomies are 100% foolproof, but it was a freaking storyline. It was something that they scripted together to try to make this something interesting, versus maybe showing that you're going through some struggles in your construction business. You're being sued by some different companies and people for different reasons. You're having issues with the Blaque Cigar Lounge. You're having issues really finding quality staff to keep your business going. Or maybe you're just having issues with paying people enough money that's worth their time to want to work in your establishment, so you can't really get the help that you want to have. And you're maybe too prideful to work the bar yourself, get in there and work because it's your business. And I feel that because of this platform that they have had the opportunity to be on, they kind of feel like they're above that. We're not working in this business. We own it. Do you know how many people who own restaurants and small businesses like that have had to roll their sleeves up and get in the kitchen and put some steaks on the grill and put some burgers on the grill and dunk some fries and even get behind the bar and make some drinks because they've had staffing issues, but they're not going to let the business go down in the dumps because of staffing issues? They're in there working. But I feel that they feel, because of this platform that they have been allowed to be on, being on television, they're too good to roll up their sleeves and really get in there and work like that, you know? And that's just my personal opinion. Now, I've heard some different stories. Some people have some different scenarios and thoughts, saying, oh, well, maybe it was just closed for a little while, but they've got it back open. But why I feel like it's kind of not the truth, and I feel like it's also hypocritical for them to be doing these tours of business expos to help other people in business when you're really dealing with a whole lot on your own that you're not addressing, and you're not even showcasing to the world. That is, I won't say the world, because the world isn't watching, but those viewers that have been watching the show, it just makes them look so much more unrealistic. And that's one of the reasons, not the only, one of the reasons why I'm just not interested in watching any new episodes that come up of this show any longer. I don't like the things that I have seen displayed about the marriages on this show over the years. Like I said, I still am in support of Melody and her endeavors and all of the different things that she's doing. I really hope and pray that she continues to exceed and excel, all of them, because I just have not liked how I've seen her be treated. And I wish her nothing but the best, and I am blessed to see her success. Really, really am. But to see those same people mocking her, making fun of her, talking about t-shirts and working out of her house and what, like, get it how you live. And if you can be able to be successful and not have huge overhead, that's actually smart. You know what I mean? It's the big ego about having brick and mortars. I have a brick and mortar business. At one point, I had 4 locations. I have since downsized to 1. So, listen, having a bunch of locations or even having a location, I'm working on some things now where I'm working on things to be more online and streamlined. I'm still happy to have my brick and mortar space for my business where my staff and I are able to see the clients that we have been seeing, and those who have gone to the other locations, they're coming to the one, which is large enough and beautiful enough to service, you know, everyone that was going to the other locations. It works, and I'm grateful for that. But it's not a brag or a boast to say, well, I've got a business location, I've got a brick and mortar. If you've got it, great. But it's a blessing to really not have to have the overhead if you don't have to have it. Now, there are some businesses where you can't work out of your house. So like my business, like I said, I have a brick and mortar beauty business where we actually serve clients. We can't do that out of the house because it's a licensed business. So we're not bringing people into the side room or, doing the services that we offer, waxing people and all that other, like, no, heck no. But if you have retail and you're able to ship package, boxes from your home and take the packages to whatever the places they ship them from and ship them from there, or they come and pick up the packages and take them in the truck that they are doing their deliveries from, more power to you. But for Marceau to say, I don't have respect for people that sell t-shirts, or I don't have respect for people that sell products, and like, what are you talking about? So I'm going to venture to say that I do believe that they are experiencing some struggles that they don't want to express and share with the public. One, I kind of get it. I guess they feel like they have so many haters that they don't want haters reveling in the struggles that they're having. Struggles are just a part of business, period. Even for those that are having success in sales, it doesn't mean that you're not experiencing any struggles. And even if you are having success now, it doesn't mean that you won't experience struggles further down the line. That's just a part of life, period. So if you have a business, your business is a part of your life, and so you're going to experience that as well. But I'm just basically saying that for him to not have respect for Melody, I felt like it was a way of expressing some envy and jealousy. And you can't, have that ego and just come out and say, you know what, I'm just jealous of how well you're doing, and I would really love to know how I can get it like you. No, you're trying to compete and compare, and, well, I don't have respect for this, and I don't see this as a legitimate business and whatever. But, like, what are you really doing? And for what you showcase you're really doing, what is it that's really going on that you're not expressing and you're not showcasing on this platform, this television show that you have been given the opportunity to be a part of, because the person that you really have disdain for was the brainchild behind the vision that you have now become a part of, that I'm quite sure Melody at some points feel like they have made this vision that I had somewhat of a nightmare, but I'm going to continue to push forward and move through it in spite of what I am experiencing with these people that have pretty much had daggers for me and have pretty much put the knife in my back and twisted it somewhat. It's crazy. So yeah, I do believe that they are having some issues with that lounge. I do. I haven't heard anything else about that chocolate in a bottle drink that Funky Dineva used to endorse for them years ago. Right? Haven't heard anything about that. And now with this news being released, yeah, I don't believe that they're going to come out and say that anything is going on that's causing them to have any issues, but I do believe that issues are going on. But people like them, they get the ego, and also they won't admit it, but they know that they have thrown some dirt in other people's paths, example, Melody. And so they don't want to show when they're having issues and struggles and hardships in their business, when they know that there have been a number of times that they have said and done things that were hurtful and just were not right, It's a lot going on, but I just wanted to share my thoughts on it briefly, guys, because I was hearing these things and I was just sitting there shaking my head like, wow. I believe a number of things are going on behind the scenes that they just are not willing to admit and to share with the general public. So you guys can let me know how you feel about it. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks for liking and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.